Hi, my name is Nancy Wang, and I am the granddaughter of the subject of my play, Shadows and Secrets. My play, Shadows and Secrets, is a stage radio play, which means it pretends to be a radio play, but with a live audience. And it is a mystery. It's called Shadows and Secrets because there are shadows lurking, secrets. Who done it? Who killed my grandfather? That's what the story is about. And he was a famous restaurateur and in Chicago in the early 1900s. So that's where it takes place, in Chicago. And I found it fascinating, everything I researched and found out about him. We did not know he was murdered. We thought he just slipped down the elevator shaft of his restaurant 4 floors down. But the more I began to think about what was happening around that time, and the more I thought about what was going on outside of his own home, in the community, in the Chinatown community with the Tong Wars, it started to come together in my mind that it wasn't an accident, it was a murder. So I started to write this play so that it could show how the Chinese really try to do their best to belong, and that sometimes it's not just the outside world that's impinging on the Chinese community and saying, go away, we want you gone, but it's actually within the Chinese community as well. Because of the outside, and it's so scarce that you can belong, so hard to belong, maybe impossible to belong. You can't own property, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't vote, you can't blah, blah, blah. That they start to fight inside the community for territory and power and money, control. And so it becomes not only we belong to the outside world, but I belong, you don't belong. I belong, no, you don't belong. And it just, so I think I just wanted to paint the picture of the amazing lives that our ancestors had in the early 1900s of America. So, and not stereotypes of kung fu and things like that, but that there was actual, like my grandfather trying to make it work for not only himself and his family, but for the Chinese community, to show that we had class, that we were educated, that we were equal in morals and ethics, because we were always seen as being immoral. So it's historical, it's non-fiction, but of course it's fiction because I had to imagine what these characters were like. Not only my grandfather, because I didn't know him, he died in 1924, I'm not that old, and the 4 suspects I had. What were they like? I mean, I knew about them because I read about them and what they did. So that's what the play is about, and I'm excited that it's going to premiere Saturday, May 4th at 6:30 at the Mission Cultural Center, and Sunday at the Mission Cultural Center, May 5th at 2 p.m. And then there will be a closing reception at the Gallery 447 Minna, where there's an accompanying restaurant paraphernalia and postcard and photos exhibit about restaurants.